Today, we will talk about the highlights of the My Dear Gangster Oppa series, Episode 5. The previous episode concluded with the first kiss between Guy and Tu on the beach. Afterward, they go to the room and spend the night together. Returning to Guy's parents' house, while discussing what they will say about Guy coming home late, they encounter Wall, visibly upset that Guy is again with Tu. Wall blames Guy for not being the same old self and changing a lot since spending time with Tu. In a private conversation, Guy confesses to Wall that he has changed, explaining that he used to be insecure with no friends until he met Wall, who was the friend he cared about the most. He was willing to follow Wall everywhere because Wall told him that Guy was always his top priority. But now, both of them realize that it's no longer the case. He also admits that Tu asked him to be together, and Guy agreed to be his boyfriend. After their conversation, Wall is angry, but he doesn't understand why all of this has affected him so much. When he escorts Guy home, Tu asks him for some personal items, explaining that he needs emotional support and encouragement since he plans to go to Boss to ask to leave the mafia and lead a regular, normal life with Guy and run the shabu restaurant. Guy gives him his handkerchief, and Tu leaves. At Boss's place, Tu explains that he wants to leave that life and has fallen in love, but we all know it's not so easy to leave this kind of life. Boss loads 4 bullets into the gun barrel. One for Thiu's lies, the second for the debt Tu owes him for saving his life, the third to tell him he made the wrong decision, and the fourth for Boss's satisfaction to see the traitor dead. Afterward, he asks Tu to pull the trigger on his temple. As Tu contemplates Guy and all the thoughts from the past flood his mind, he pulls the trigger. Luckily, the gun doesn't fire. The boss tells him he's still lucky and lets him go. Of course, at the exit from the villa, family members with batons await him, and Tu has to go through that passage and endure all their blows to be free. Holding the handkerchief Guy gave him, Tu makes his way step by step. Guy is in his apartment and has just arranged with friends to join the next game session when someone knocks on his door. When Guy opens it, he is stunned to see Tu standing there, pale and battered, barely holding onto his feet. After Tu explains what happened and that he's finally free, Guy takes care of him over the next few days to help Tu recover from his injuries. The next day, when they arrived at the restaurant, Tu and Guy had quite a sight. The whole restaurant was demolished. But that wasn't the only surprise. At the door, also beaten, Tool appeared, who also left the gang and wanted to continue helping Tu with the restaurant. After agreeing that the 4 of them are not enough to quickly fix the vandalized restaurant, Guy comes up with the idea to call for reinforcements. The whole gaming group is there with painting equipment. Guy had made a deal with them, they helped Tu with the renovation, and Guy and Tu returned to play with them for the upcoming championship. After a few days, the whole group managed to bring the restaurant into impeccable condition, and to celebrate, they gathered around a table with food and drinks. When they ran out of supplies, Tool and Boss went to the nearby store to buy beer and other things. When he returned to buy more sauce, Boss was intercepted by Kenji with a knife in his hand. That's when we find out that Boss is actually an infiltrator that Kenji sent to fit into Thiu's circles and spy on him. Kenji is still angry about everything Tu did to him and wants him to pay with his life. Although Boss tries to convince him that Tu has already left the gang and asks Kenji to let him go, Kenji then threatens Boss and demands that he take care of it because if he doesn't, Kenji will kill him. When they returned to the restaurant, Boss refilled everyone's glasses with beer, but none of them knew that he secretly spiked the beer, and they all slowly began to pass out around the table.